All right, special package just arrived. I'm super excited about this. Looky. That might be a hint for you right there. It's Christmas time, in the middle of the summer. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and get this, I gotta get some blankets and stuff so I can lay this stuff out without scratching it all. Bird's eye view. Nice. Came with a charger. I don't know if it's lithium ion actually. I'm gonna I'll find out. There's all that. As I drop everything on the floor. It's a velocity core. So yeah, box we'll put over here. Actually, we'll keep that in the box for now. Wow, that's it for the battery, huh? That's crazy. Pretty cool. 14.8 volts. Not bad. Pretty light. The thing weighs nothing, which is good. A battery bag. Got a mixing container. Got some Ester Base Synthetic Maxima Racing Oil. Yep, that's the battery. It's like a little tool pouch. Feels like, yep. Some tools in there, which is always good. We got a spark plug inside there. There's a 5722. Oh, BR90S. Familiar with that. We got a line repair kit. Ah, nice. Matches. Shrink tubing. Bunch of band-aids. Nice. And the oil, we'll keep all this all in here. This looks like the harness. Yep. This looks like it might be, pulleys or some sort. We'll figure that out as we go. Alright, it's my seat. Pretty nice. Weight shift bars, looks like. It's the cage, or the netting, and the cage maybe. Two pouches inside, so I could grab it. Yeah. Looks like a whole bunch of clips. Interesting. Oh, that must be for the netting, I would imagine. Probably want to keep that with that. Couple of gearbox. Oh, that must be the windsock. Sweet. Nice. Some loops. Ah, a propeller bag. That's good to have. A whole lot of stuff. Ah, nice new smell. I love it. Oh, that's one heck of a belt. Very heavy duty. Probably no spark plug in it, I'm guessing. Got the Talon 190. Not sure if I want to pull this out yet. It's probably safer in the box than me there. There we go. Just leave that there for now, I guess. Nice. Works nice. Ah, I like the grip. Like a little dirt bike grip on there. I don't know, a lot of people like to bash these guys, but from what I'm seeing right here, This doesn't look like a poor quality unit. I work on a lot of equipment from cars, motorcycles to ATVs, lawn tractors, weed whackers. I've seen a lot of junk and I've seen a lot of halfway decent stuff. This looks pretty nice. Nice giant head on there for good cooling. A lot of material there. That's a good thing. Relay must be for the electric start unit, I would imagine. This Walbro carburetor, we'll leave that taped up for now. She's a beauty. Let's wade through the minefield of parts. Yeah. That's pretty nice. That big old cylinder head. That little electric starter, that's pretty cool. Yeah, we're definitely gonna flush that out. Get some acetone, I'll rinse that out. But first, I gotta do some reading. Charger, balance charger for the battery pack, which is right here. Pretty nice, pretty nice. 4-cell, it's a lithium polymer battery. I wasn't sure what type of, there's all kinds of lithium batteries out there. I've had experience with lithium iron phosphate batteries, but, and of course, whatever the lithium batteries are that are in cell phones these days. I still have a flip phone, but that's neither here nor there. I'm just looking through the manual. It's a pretty good charger. This is what you need for these lithium batteries. You can't use a regular charger. It'll fry them to a cinder. There's no recovering these. Once they're past a certain point, they'll never come back. So, but they last a wicked long time. So it's balance charge. With this mode, the charger will charge the battery to the termination voltage. Balance each cell of the battery pack. Interesting. And then you get charge. Charger will charge the battery to the termination voltage by CC-CV mode. Stop at 1/10 of setting current. You got fast charge, storage, charge, and discharge. Has a temperature sensor, it looks like. Came with a little fire preventive pack. You don't want no fires, that's for sure. And I saw that there was another package to put it in on the Paramotor. Forgot where I saw that in my pile of goodies here. There's a windsock. Okay, I just unboxed or unwrapped these paper things. Yeah, these two in one, these two axles in another, and a bag of clips, and a rod with some spacers in the next one. I was looking at the tires. These look like they must be a lot of fun to mount. That bead is spread way the heck out. I think the only way I'd be able to seat that is with ether and a match. I gotta figure out how to put all this together. All right, we're back, day 2. I had to walk away last night. I got mad over something stupid. Really, I'm swearing, really stupid. I don't know why. Well, what it was I watched the video, the Blackhawk video on how to put this together. And the video's about 1.5 years old, so they must have made some changes. I had to have my neighbor, had to have another set of eyes look at this, and it was so simple. What was happening was the cage, the Kestrel right here, this part was 17 1/8 inches wide on center, and I had, on these brackets, I had them the other way, the way that they had them in the video, or maybe I was looking at the video wrong. Maybe they put them this way and I didn't pay attention. I can't blame them. But anyways, I had them flipped. I had these flipped around. So the width, it was 1 inch too narrow. And I don't know why I couldn't figure out to just flip these around. It was, man, that's embarrassing. I don't know. Got frustrated and my brain just shut off, and that was it. I had to walk away. It was late at night. You know, I can make up all kinds of excuses, but it's pretty stupid. So that's that. That held me up for a while. I also, I stopped filming there for a while because I had this thing backwards. This is supposed to be facing up as it is right now. That's the correct way. I had it the wrong way. what else? I put these together. I didn't film any of that. This is a piece of like fiberglass, of plastic. I had a bunch of splinters through the drill hole, so when I was putting this will not go in by hand. I had to get pretty rough with it, you know, and I ran, you know, I ran it through when it was out, and it was going through nice and easy, and this pin would go through the trike nice and easy without this in there. But when you put them in, I guess the holes weren't quite lined up. I tried flipping them around and doing a 180 on each side and putting this one on that side, and nothing worked. It was just tight, so I just pounded them in. I'm never going to take this thing apart. Very unlikely. You know, if I do, I can just flip these. These come out nice and easy. So that's that's about the only real trouble I had. This is really basic and simple. I made a cluster F out of this, but which didn't need to be. So I got that all back apart again, so I've oriented the correct direction. So now I'm gonna get motor in. I'm gonna mount this. Oh, actually, what I have to do is I gotta put these pieces on here. So the offset, you got one offset, one centered, and the offset one, it's got to go towards the outside facing this way, I believe. Yeah, it's got to go right through here. So you got to get creative with the socket and some tape and stuff, and to get the nut to stay on there, I got to flip this upside down and get all that in there. So I'm going to go ahead and do that. Might as well leave the camera going for that, I guess. Now everything's upside down and I'm confusing myself as to which way these gotta go. That worked. Yeah, much better. Things would be a lot easier if we had updated direction. I would have been done already. I would have been done yesterday. It's just very time consuming trying to figure this stuff out. I don't have a phone like most people do. A real phone, I should say. I got a flip phone, so I can't just open my phone and start watching videos. I gotta go in there. I gotta walk all the way to the house. Come on. First world problems. Yes. All right. So I can take the tape out, and now I can flip it over, I guess. Alright, spin these back the way it's supposed to go. Just want to get them a little tighter than they are. If you're going to use air tools, you got to have calibrated wrist, because you will break stuff. Highly recommend doing it by hand. We're putting it on the low setting. I'm just too lazy to run over and get my other wrench. Yeah, because I flipped them around, now everything's backwards. It's alright, because I didn't tighten these either, thankfully. Now, get to put these little guys on the frame, on the Kestrel frame. This is a Kestrel weight shift. I probably didn't mention that before. Maybe I did in the title. Hopefully. The head is captured in here, so you can just spin it on with your fingers. Alrighty, so that's all loose. Get these O-rings on here for now. There's a slotted hole and a straight hole in this bracket, and I put them in the slotted adjustable ones side to side. I'm not 100% sure if that's right, but we're gonna find out pretty quickly. Okay, that's that way, that's that way. Okay. She's heavy. Alright, we'll get those plastic pieces on. This is the Kestrel V3, version 3. So, it's not like the video that I had watched. It's a little bit different. And how high up? Is that gonna go right about there, I think? We'll see. Alright. You dummy. I gotta go to the outside holes. Oh, we learned something there. So I went through all that trouble for nothing. So the version 3 is a little bit wider. So this is how it ended up. Get the bracket in there. We get that tight. Pull the O-ring around the inside. Because it can go the other way and it'll be sloppy. And this way it's nice and tight. That's one thing I learned. So we got those all set and the bolts are all tight underneath. Same with this side. And we got that tight. O-rings on that. O-rings on that. And O-rings on that. Gotta clean that tank out next. Get this prop on here. We'll start building the cage. Alright. Time to open up the Kestrel cage and netting. That's why directions would be nice. Directions. So, oh, it goes one way. Teardrop. Okay. That's facing the right way. That's what I thought. So now it's a matter of... So I have to disconnect this. I watched so many videos last night, I can't keep any of them straight in my head today. What exactly am I supposed to put in there? That's what I want to know. Oh, I think I know what goes there. I saw a baggie full of goodies. Still recording? Yes, we are. I was wondering what these were. So that goes in there somehow. I think I was supposed to probably put these in ahead of time, right? That's what I'm thinking. Yep. Squeeze them. Tuck them in. Bingo. Oh, that's good to know. I gotta take everything back apart again. Learning as I go. Oh, you're supposed to have an instructor. Can't blame them for saying that. It's probably a wise idea, but that's not the path I'm taking. But I accept responsibility for my actions. If something happens, It's on me, it ain't on anybody else. If I do something stupid, I'm not gonna make anybody else pay for it, you know? Too much litigation in today's world. I'm certainly not gonna be part of that. I'm gonna do this a second time, it'll be a lot easier. Go a lot quicker. Bet I can get one done in a couple hours instead of 2 days. Spent more time walking back and forth from the house to the computer to here. So I'm going in under the motor to where the frame comes together. This thing's in the way. You see that? See, there's a little gap there. That one there is a little tighter. Get that net out of the way. Did that do anything? Nothing. Not a thing. I might have tightened up the back a little bit. I'm gonna keep playing around. I couldn't get them any tighter, so I guess the frame is gonna, or the cage is gonna pull it all together, add some rigidity once I tighten up the net, I guess. All right, now we're down to the two shorties. Ah, crap. These are supposed to have them too. Shit. Just realized that. I was wondering why there were so many extras. That sucks. I'm gonna have to take this whole thing apart again. That really sucks. Nice unit, pain in the ass to put together. I don't like putting anything together, so I'd be complaining no matter what it is. That was tight. Okay. There she goes. I'm not gonna clip right out of there. That one. Boy, is that tight. Come on. Probably could have put some silicone spray on there. That probably would have made life easier. Probably too late for that now. Should have thought of that ahead of time. Maybe I'll grab it for the other side. Some Honda silicone spray. Made a mistake. Got one of these right. The rest of them are all wrong. It's not supposed to be this way. It's supposed to be on the other side. Oh, that sucks. Alright, we fixed it. Holy crap. Say that was a battle was a friggin' understatement. I'm soaked. Man. Frustrating. It was a fight. Obviously aren't smart enough to figure out what the technique is. But it's on there, that's all that matters. Oh, got one that needs to get locked in. Gonna have to go around and check all those. Yeah, that's up, that's up. Up, 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 up. And everything's behind the spars the way it's supposed to be. Nothing like doing something twice. Some directions would have been nice. Now I gotta tighten this net down. Making progress. And pretty tight. Pretty happy with that. I also found I had to run this line through here to take up the excess. Now I got minimal excess flopping around here. So I kind of did got out the old Autel scan tool and watched the video. And that's an outdated video, as most of them are, I'm noticing. I just kind of did a hybrid of what they were talking about. See, the old one didn't have this V in here that I could see, so I went through that, went down, up and around, went through both the little carabiners there, I guess that's what you call them. Went through the loop, back around underneath the throttle cable, and across. And then I got quite a bit of excess here. I'm gonna probably loop it around or fold it up and zip tie it or something. We'll see. I could probably still get it tighter yet. I might play around with that and see what we can do there. I still gotta get this situated here. Wrap that around. I'm getting there. This is taking way longer than it should. But we'll get it. We're in no hurry. Styrofoam out of the airbox. I had heard somewhere that there was a screen in here, but I'm not thinking there is. You can settle that debate once and for all. I get out my scope, take a peek inside, just to satisfy my curiosity. If I see a big cloud of dust, I'm going to shut the motor off. You know, if there's no, well, I don't think there's any filter in there. How would you clean it, you know? So, this is what it is. Put a little dab of GSL roofing caulking on here. GSL 2300. Unwanted air from getting in there. I figure it'll really make any difference if there's no filter in there, but it'll make me feel better anyway. We're going in. We're going in. I see a couple tubes. I'm stuck. Not seeing any filter. Let me see if I can bend this a little sharper around the corner there. I'm trying to see the end of these things and I can't. Can't get it twisted that far. Oh, there we go. Yeah, that's where the two tubes come in. You guys probably can't even see. This is very hard to do with just two hands. I need like 4 hands. One to hold the camera, the other camera, the Bosch camera, and the other to hold the airbox and a few other things. Come on, get out of there. Alright, so we'll do this. Let's go in this way. See what we got this way. Looks like a dead end. Okay, yeah, it's just a resonator, I guess. Oop, not even on camera. Goes in and so there's pretty much no air filter in there. I would imagine it just goes, the air goes in, bounces off this wall that I just smacked into there, and that's that. So, get the hose clamp out of the bag. Get this off. There's birdie in there. So what I'm gonna do here, I'm gonna put that. Let's see which way this is going to go. I imagine it's going to go like this. And then I can run this zip tie around that, I guess, right there. Can you even see that? Let me see. This zip tie, I guess, is going to go right here. But what I'm going to do is little tip that they had on their website is put a little zip tie in here so you can stick the end of it in here. You can use it as a primer. Jeez, I wonder. I got so many ends of zip ties that I've used. I throw them all away. It'd be better to use that than a whole zip tie. Found one. Looked around on the old shop floor in the back there. Found a piece that I've been getting trampled on. I cleaned it up. It was a lot worse. Ain't a beauty contest. I just want it to work, you know. This on here. There she goes. Yeah, okay. Tighten that down. Good to go. Oop, smaller than an 8. It's 7, I think. Yeah, 7 mil. I need an extension so I don't scratch this. Works. So that's all you do to prime it. Put it in the hole. There's enough tension on it. Hold the little diaphragm down to hold the needle open. Take it out and ready to rock. You can't reach the prop from there, so can't reach the belt either, so that little bit of excess will be okay. I'm gonna want to check this quite often though, I think. Probably wouldn't hurt to put some die chem on there. I'm gonna do that in a bit. I did see something I wanna, right here, spark plug wire right here, resting on the corner. I'm definitely gonna tape that up. That's gonna be an issue down the road in a few hundred hours, I would imagine. Stuff like that on cars I would fix, you know, so I definitely want to fix it on here. But not a huge deal. Stuff to look for. Now, one thing I found kind of made me nervous was this. This looks like one of the rings that was supposed to go in the net here. Maybe it's an extra one that might have come out of the bag. I'm not 100% sure, but we'll definitely keep that around. Okay, I'm just gonna do one of these. That ain't going anywhere. It's nice having a cage assembled. Now I got all kinds of places to put the camera with the little jaws. Remember how this goes back together. 10 minutes I won't. So it goes through both and then in one, kind of like a motorcycle helmet. Okay, tank's coming out of here. There's gonna be a fuel line attached. Okay, let's, yeah, we got a styrofoam. We're gonna rinse this sucker out. These are quick release clamps, good deal. Cool, so they're reusable. And usually what I do, I'll get a screwdriver behind there and kind of pry it off, but I got something better I'm gonna try out. Alright, we're gonna give this a try. If I can't get in here. Nope, not today, buddy. Find a screwdriver, or I can try to get in here with some needle nose. Well, nothing's working for me today. Where's that screwdriver? Alright, take 6. It's coming. There she goes. There we go. That's that. Tank is free. See? Let's see what we got in here. That works. That's a good thing. I don't see anything inside the tank, but we're going to follow the instructions because I don't feel like doing a carb clean on a brand new machine. And it's a little bit inconvenient having an engine out when you're flying over trees and wires in the New England area. So pure acetone rates quick. I gotta do the one on this side too. Alright, I got that one wrapped around. Velcroed on there. As hard as that was to feed through there, I don't see that ever coming out. So now we got all this. This is zip tied behind this. It's starting to come together now. I could run this thing right now if I wanted to. I don't have any high tests though. That's the problem. Got 60, I think I got 65 gallons of 87 octane. I have 0 93 octane. which is what I'm probably gonna run in this. I think that would be a good idea. Higher octane the better. Well, not necessarily, but 93 is plenty, I would say. So I guess we'll put the prop on next. Okay. I don't care what anybody says. I like these guys. Some of the stuff I've been seeing, all these little things, like, you know, for instance, like this, putting the tube in between the zip tie to keep it away from the frame. I mean, that's ingenious, man. I've been working on stuff a long time, and that's the first time I've ever seen that, which is kind of surprising. You know, I should have been doing that with automotive stuff, you know. That's a fantastic idea right there. Yeah, you know, I mean, this thing's mint. Look how nice this looks. You know, I sit here and I bitch and moan, but I'm just tired and I hate assembling things. I got 4 hours of sleep last night. I'm about ready to call it quits, but I just wanted to get this prop together here. See, I wrapped everything up nice. I get all dinged up and scratched, so that's nice. That, and then we got all our bolts here. Allen head to look like 5mm Allen, maybe. That is a 5, and that is a 5. Looks like this is gonna go just like that. There's a little bit of play in that. I guess that's supposed to be. I guess the bolts will locate it. When I first started the video, I was spinning this thing over going, geez, there's no compression. Well, yeah. It's a clutch, you dummy. So that's that. So that I kind of don't like because I'm used to checking compression with my hand, you know, with a pull stat. I got a pretty good feel over the years of what's good and what isn't. But I suppose throw a compression tester on there, you're gonna get the same, you know, better result actually. So it's not that big of a deal. I'm just gonna have to get used to it. I'm out of my wheelhouse with electric only. But anyways, let's go get this prop together. Alright, I cheated. I already took it out of the box. Like these little prop covers they gave me. That's pretty cool. All part of the package deal. And I just realized I don't know which way this engine rotates. So, anyways, let me just see how this goes together. That's gonna fit in there. Yeah, it fits nice like that. And then the cover goes on the other side. I already looked this thing over earlier. It's a very nice shape. Something I never knew about propellers is they're like a wing. So, like an airplane wing, fixed wing. They're blunt and thick on one end, and then they taper off on the other. And the blunt end always goes into the wind. So, whatever the direction of rotation, this is a Talon 190. We're gonna find out right now whether it's clockwise or counterclockwise facing the prop. I'm gonna have to hook up the battery and figure this out. Alright, so here's a little fireproof bag for the lithium ion battery. Kind of prevents collateral damage if the lithium polymer battery decides to go nuclear. You never know. It'll be safe if it does. Isn't that something? That little thing. 22,900 watt hours out of this little thing. 1,550 milliamp hours. Do not pull. Keep that in mind. Never leave charging battery unattended. Always ensure the battery is on a non-flammable surface. It's mounted to the gas tank, yeah. Ensure flap is sealed while charging. A lipo safe is intended to reduce the chances of damage in the event of a fire, of a lipo fire. We don't want that at all. I want no part of that. So, where can I put this little fella? That's the question I have right now. Where should I put this? So, counterclockwise. That's going to put us this direction. Just going to put the sticker in the numbers I can read. I don't know if that's of any significance, if that changes with different props. So, GSC Tech Props, made in Canada. GSC Systems Limited. So I'm gonna go ahead and put this little fella on here. Line that up. Should probably get my bolts ready. Beautiful. Okay, still going the right way. Yeah. Just fighting myself there. I had to lift up on the prop a little bit, and then it started turning nice and easy. Alright, I'll get the little torque wrench. I don't have a clicker, I got a dial. So, inch pounds. I was told 110. Alright, now that I figured the scale out, we need to go right there, 110. I'm gonna go around and snug them all down first. I'm gonna do them in stages. That just makes me feel better. That's 3. 4. Whoa. That's already there. Jumping around a little. It's quite a distance from the cage. 4 inches anyways. 5. That is the thing of beauty. That is pretty. Alrighty. I about had enough for one day. I'm running on 4 hours of sleep. I am exhausted, so we're gonna pick it up with day 3. We lost a lot of productivity this morning and last night because of some confusion with the clamps there. Simple 180 and flip sides, and everything was good. I'm gonna go get some supper and go to bed. That's what I think I'm gonna do. All right, we are on day 3. This is where I think I'm gonna put this battery. I'm gonna run some, actually, I was gonna run some zip ties around this thing, but I'm thinking the exhaust could potentially melt the zip ties. There is about an inch clearance, so it might be all right, but yeah, with the prop flowing, it's gonna be moving a lot of air through there. That's my thought anyways. Today, we're going to do that and get that harness installed here. And of course, we're gonna put the front wheel on. I think I'm gonna mark these bolts with some Dicam marking compound. We'll do the bolts and maybe run a bead along the side here, so in case this were ever to loosen, I'd be able to see if this bracket's twisting. Probably not a bad idea. And got a couple more bolts down here I might mark. Probably wouldn't hurt to mark all these while the harness is out of the way. Try to get up on top of them so I can see them. I'm just gonna put a wrench on them, double check them for right now. And we also got some bolts back here. Those are ring gear bolts. We got a bolt right in the middle for the flywheel there. We'll mark them. Got a couple harness bolts. All right, went ahead and marked a few things around the motor, and the exhaust, and the case bolts. The other end of that, even though I marked the other side. I got the airbox marked. I marked these. I don't know if that's gonna stay there. I might burn off, but I figured I'd do it anyway. Got all the bolts down underneath here, holding the brackets on. Of course, mark these brackets here before I put the harness on. I still haven't done anything with that yet. But we marked all 4. Oh, did I miss one here? Nope, I got it underneath. I don't know how well I'll be able to see that when it's all put together, but got that done. What else? Something I just did. I just threw a zip tie on that spark plug wire just to keep it away from that corner there. It's a pretty good chafe point. It wasn't really putting a lot of pressure on it, but I think vibration of flight probably over time probably would have maybe burned through there. Did a preemptive strike there. Just put a fat zip tie on there. It's about double the normal size width-wise. Zip tied that down right here. I don't want to pull it too tight because it's going to torque this thing. I also put some GSL 2300 around those holes there. That's really going to make any difference as far as air cleanliness goes, because there's no filter in there, so you're not typically going to run into dirt way up in the air unless you're around farming operations. I figure it might disrupt the airflow a little bit. That's my line of thinking. I doubt it really is going to amount to anything, but it just makes me feel better, so that's what I did. So now what we're gonna do, I already checked all those bolts before I put the die cam on there, so I'm just gonna double check the head bolts. I'm sure Blackhawk already did all this, but can never be too safe, you know. 180 inch-pounds on the head bolts. I haven't started the engine yet, ever. Yeah, that one's good. And that one is good. Kind of what I figured, but never hurts to check. Okay. I probably should secure this first. I had another thought. I might reroute these wires so I can get it up here. At least that way I'd be able to reach back here and pull it out if I have to. Hate to think this way, but you gotta think, do I want a fire next to my head? No, not really. It wouldn't be a good day. Do you want a fire next to the gas tank? No. You gotta think. Now it's got a fire safe bag, but still. Decisions. I could just put it right. I don't know how well these bags actually protect. I might have to go online and see how. I'm sure somebody's detonated one of these inside of the bag before, just to satisfy my own curiosity. Yeah, I don't want to put anything in front of the air cooling. I want that to be open. That'll make me OCD. I don't want to block any cooling of the cylinder or head. Get to work on these. Reached the end of day 3. Had a few battery failures with the GoPro, and thinking about it, after the batteries were charged, this would have just been a complete horror show to film. It would have taken me a year to edit it. I believe the harness is done. Every time I look at it, I find something else that I didn't connect. But we're gonna quadruple and check this thing before we go out in it. But I had to figure out how to loop these around. This was kind of a pain. It's a single strap, so I didn't realize you could feed it back in on itself. And I actually, to feed it back in the 4th time, I had to take I'll show you if I can find my tools, mini crescent wrench. Get in like this. If you're worried about scratching it, you probably might want to do something different, but I just twisted it up like this, and I was able to feed that strap right down through again. So now at the angle it's at, there's no way that's coming off. That's on there good. And we got the carabiners all hooked up, and then this is a safety strap. I just put that through part of the. I can't even think right now. I'm so tired and hungry. But this strap here, I just ran the loop, ran it through the loop there. What else? I use you got dual loops here. I use the higher one. I probably should have, being that I'm a short guy, I probably could have got away with using the lower one. But anyways, this is how I got that hooked up. I got the clevis going through here. You throw this little, like a key ring over the clevis first before you put this in. And then once you get this tightened down with your fingers, just run this through. You don't have to use any tools tightening that up. That's just finger tight. We get the little strap behind the lumbar support there. And I was told to leave some space there on the video that I watched. So I did that. I also got this wrapped around there. Tied a little knot in the end to keep it from pulling out. That just connects right to here. So that's part of that. I get this disconnected for the time being. Starting to figure it out. Took a little while. Got seatbelt style clamps here for the legs. What else was there? Is there something else? So you got all those. Yeah, I got 1, 2, 3, and then you got these little side things here. But I didn't use them because everything's pretty much going to be in the way. The safety things for the weight shift bars there, they're right in the way. I can't even talk. I'm so tired. I just can't perform thoughts. And I've been out here all day. Stopped for lunch. That's about it. I'll show you what else I did here. Got that installed so I can fly after dark. Well, not after dark, but after sunset. This blue wire here on this strobe, if you touch this blue wire to ground, it changes the pattern. So I kind of just left this hanging here, wrapped it around the battery a few times. Now, the way I wired that up was I unplugged that automotive cube relay for the electric start. I popped out the blue wire there. It doesn't matter which one, blue and red both have 12 volts to them. One's for the primary side of the relay, one's for the secondary side. So I popped that out. I have a terminal kit that I've had for 20 years here. And I just cut the terminal off, and this is the same style terminal that's in there. You need the special crimper to crimp these on, but it makes a factory crimp like this. This is the old one that I cut off, but makes a crimp just like that. Crimps on the bare wire, then it also crimps on the insulation, punctures the insulation, and gives you a second connection. So they're really, really good connectors. They're hard to find. There's a vintage Japanese motorcycle company on the internet out in California that typically sells these. I don't even know where you can buy this kit anymore. I got this years ago from K&L, and it was a ton of money at the time. But I imagine it wouldn't be cheap today either. Probably double what I paid for it. But anyways, so that's the power. Power's tied into the relay there. I jumped it, piggybacked it on top of that blue wire that connects to the red wire. They're both powers. So there's your power. And then for the ground, I had to peel back this thick insulation here. Come around this side. I don't know what you'll be able to see in here. It's kind of dark, but I fed the black wire through the grommet there, underneath the zip tie that was already there. And I cut this zip tie off, the factory one, off the starter here, and just pulled this terminal off the ground. Did the exact same thing, just piggybacked them together. There's actually another ground wire coming over here. I believe that's for the kill switch. That's kind of an important one. So I took all 3 wires, stripped them, twisted them together, crimped them on a new connector, and that's that. I have it hardwired, so anytime I plug in the battery to start it, the light will go, because I figure might as well leave it running during the day, you know. I just hope it doesn't kill this battery. I'm gonna have to keep an eye on this thing and see how much juice this light draws over the course of a day. I don't have, being that it's a strobe, I don't have an accurate way of measuring it. With a digital meter, it's only a take an average of the amperage draw, so it's not going to be very accurate. I could make the light stay on, but I actually snipped those wires out, so that's probably going to be a problem. Yeah, no, we're not going to be able to do that. So anyways, I'll just show you. I'm just going to plug this in here while I got you aiming at the light. 3, 2, 1. So that's a default pattern. If I tap that ground wire to the engine, I can make it flash a little bit faster, but I think that's good enough for aviation purposes. Pretty bright, I have to say. Not a bad light for 50 bucks. Thing's tiny too, a lot smaller than I expected. So, doesn't look very pretty, but I got it on there pretty solid. you can kind of see how big it is. Not very big, pretty small, maybe an inch across. Pretty impressive light coming out of that thing. It's made by Abrams, just like the tank. So I just ran the wire down. I put a zip tie on across the main cord there. Did the same thing down here. And now zip tie there, so everything's secure. Got it in there pretty tight. So it's not gonna go anywhere. I got 2 zip ties on this. I got it angled because the machine is kind of angled right now, severely. So that's that. Another day gone. Pretty close now, though. I think all I got left to do is hook up the tack hour meter and the temperature gauge. It cooled way off. Over here, and all the mosquitoes started coming out, so I had to close the door. But anyways, yeah, that's the end of day 3. I'm gonna have to get something to eat, get a good night's sleep, give this thing a good look over in the morning, make sure I didn't miss anything. And yeah, we'll get back at it tomorrow. Might not be able to fly this thing today. I got my autel out here. It looks like it's on standby. It's my only access to the internet out here. So shut that off. Yeah, I'm losing my train of thought. I gotta go in and eat, go to bed. But yeah, we'll get back at this tomorrow, give everything a good look over, start fresh, and we'll install those gauges there and hopefully get this thing out and start flying around, at least start taxiing anyways. We'll see you tomorrow.